Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect who is in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. It was inspired by, technically, just conversations I've been having with brothers, and experiences, situations, the whole high priest Ariel thing with him passing. Though there's been a comment circulating on the comment boards that he's not dead. So we don't know what that's about. We don't know if it's a joke or, only time would tell if he really passed on to the spirit world. But, Apostle Gabar made an excellent statement about death, how it just compared to temporary sleep. And oftentimes us in this third dimensional world, in this third dimensional body, we process things, or we tend to overprocess or overthink things that can be trouble or worrisome to the spirit. Okay, because it's simple. Okay, Yahweh Shai speaks of you being resurrected into life on the last day. Okay, because you're going to have those that's going to be judged. Okay, they're going to be resurrected to life, and they're going to be judged based on things they've done in the flesh. Okay, and then you're going to have those that were righteous that's going to be called up into the ships to get the new bodies. Okay. Also, when it tells you about the sheep and the goat, and the goats being on the left hand side is going to be departed and cast into outer darkness. You're going to have a distinction of righteousness, and then you're going to have the wicked on one side that's going to get judged. Okay, but the whole thing with death is a very fearful thing to the unknown, so to speak, because the scriptures goes into the stink of death. Well, you go into the stink of death. That's the mental behind dying and leaving everything behind in this world. But Yahweh Shai compared death into just sleeping, because the spirit truly never dies. Because when you go in the book of Sirach, it tells you that the Most High have made man of his own immortality, meaning the Israelite man. So technically, you never die. You just transfer life forces, so to speak, energy, so to speak. Because when you die in this world, when you're sleeping in this world, your spirit, it projects to a different world or a different realm, which is known as the fourth dimension, which is the spiritual world, which, you have your angelic body. Okay, you go before the Father, you're with the angels, you're with the, the other brothers, you're just there. Okay, now do I know the ins and outs of the spirit world? No, I don't. Okay, I haven't been there in over 30 years, and I can't recall it because the scriptures say there should be no remembrance of former things. But oftentimes when we think of death, the first thing that come into the mindset is, oh shit, is it gonna hurt? Am I gonna die a horrible death? Am I gonna die a painful death? And the biggest thing is the emotional factor behind leaving loved ones behind. Okay, your possessions, your mother, your father, your mother, your children, your wives or wife, your friends, your brothers. Those are the most painful things of death, because the scripture says, oh, death, what is thy sting? Okay, but we have to understand in the truth, man, that death is just one of those things that comes along with the truth, because the scripture said that is the sentence over all life, over every man is to die. Okay, because you got to understand, we've been here several times. Reincarnation, you come back every 3 or 4 generations. So you constantly come back and you're recycled on the earth. Okay, but this go around, the men of the Lord, we're going to receive immortality because Yahweh Shai has conquered death over 2,000 years ago. Okay, so there would be no need for us to be reincarnated in this particular body, or in another life force, I should say, outside of the bodies we're going to receive in immortality. Because when we're immortal, we're not going to die, and we're not going to have to be reincarnated into the earth. Okay, now the other nations, they will still be mortals. Okay, so they will die and they will reincarnate back into the earth, because immortality is only for the Israelites. Okay, so death is just really a sleep, just temporary sleep. Okay, and oftentimes, we get upset, we get hurt when a loved one dies, but technically we should be rejoicing because they're in a better place. They're in peace, they're in peace of mind. They rest from their labors. They have no more suffering in the body. It ain't like they teach in the church, oh, if you're a bad man on earth, out of all the hell and suffering you went through, and you go to hell and you burn forever. No, the biggest hurt about death is being departed from your loved ones. That's the biggest thing about it. When you have connection to things in this world, then that's the part that scares you the most, because you don't want to lose those things. But the scriptures say we lose everything to gain Hamashiach. And we have to believe that, man. So this is the definition of death. It says, death now, irreversible cessation of all vital functions, especially as indicated by a permanent stoppage of the heart, respiration, and brain activities. The end of life, see brain death, the cause of occasional of life. Okay. They got something here, three deaths. It says the three deaths is first when the body ceases to function. It says the second is when the body consigned to the grave. The third is that moment when something in the future, when your name is spoken for the last time. Okay. Esau gets out of control with his definitions, but we understand the concept. What is the number one cause of death in the world? Yeah, we don't really need to know that. Cardiovascular disease, we know that. What does death feel like? Anyway, let's just get right into it, because this is 1 Thessalonians 4:13. It says, but I will have you to not be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. See, the scriptures compare to them as being asleep. Okay, because when you say death, technically when you die, there's no return from that. Like the Lord said that he conquered death in Hades, was entered into the lake of fire, meaning that death is left the inhabitable abode of the Israelites. Okay, because like Apostle Tahar said, death is a spirit, right? It's a literal spirit that's out here. Like when you watch the movie Final Destination, is a spirit, and that's controlled by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So death in the kingdom of heaven is going to still be there, but it's going to be controlled until the other nations. Okay, Esau, Edom, any other nations, but that spirit of death is going to flee from the children of Israel because we're of the Lord's own immortality. You see, it says, but I will have you not ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not. So technically, we're not supposed to be upset or boo-hooing and crying, but these are things of the flesh. Okay, even when Elijah was taken up through the chariot, Elisha rent his clothes in half, man, and he mourned. Okay, he mourned. He basically, he broke down. Same thing when King David, not with David, same thing when Jonathan and Saul died in war. David was very sorrowful about that, especially Jonathan being like a brother into him, man, a brother, a fervent lover. They had that complete brother, that blood pact with one another, man. That hurt his spirit. Okay, several other men of the Lord in the Bible, when they lost loved ones and when, men of the Lord died, it was a very hurtful thing, because the essence and the memory of that particular individual, the memories you have of that person, the things they've done in life to have an effect on your life, you remember it, and ultimately you miss those memories of that person. But through time you do get through it, and eventually it becomes easier to go on, but it just, you feel like a part of you is missing. But those are the things of the flesh. That's why the scriptures say you got to put off the mortal man. You have to understand that, hey, people live, they die. Okay, and you don't like to ever think of what happened to you, but the scriptures say that is the sin is over all flesh. Okay, so how was Shai die? You think when he died, you think it wasn't very sorrowful among his disciples? Fuck yeah, they were hurt, but see, they believed that he would be resurrected. Okay, and the Lord brought him back on the third day. All right, but it says, even as others which have no hope. It says, for if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai, the Most High will bring with him. Okay, so you better believe that. So if you die in the Lord, like if High Priest Ariel, if he's really truly dead or asleep in the spirit, and he's in the spirit world, and he's a man of the Lord, you better believe he's going to be raised up in that day to get that to get that glory with the Lord and get that crown, man. Okay, like I told brothers, man, I said, look, don't be surprised if you start seeing dead people pop back up, man. And I mean, I really meant that statement, is how far-fetched that may sound. Look, man, we're living in a time where anything is fucking possible. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a dead uncle, I have a dead father, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dead cousins and shit like that. Look, what if the Lord somehow miraculously these men pop back up? But we do know the scriptures talk about a resurrection to life and a resurrection to damnation too. So every man that comes back is not fit to get the kingdom. Some of you guys are going to come back and you're going to get judged, man. The Lord will raise you up just to hit your ass with a missile. So you ain't getting away, man, especially if the Most High have your sins unaccounted. If you have your sins accounted for or unaccounted for, then, hey, you better believe that the Most High, man, he's got a personal vendetta against you. And that's a scary territory to be in. That's why we try to do what we supposed to do and live in righteousness, because if not, then we don't want that smoke. We how about Yahweh Shai. But this is the definition of of sleep. It says kamaio, all right, which is the Greek translation. Is koima. No, it's koimaio. See what it says though.
Strong's G 2837, koimao,
Yep.
koimao.
All right. It says to cause to sleep, put to sleep, still come quiet, to fall asleep, to die. Okay. So die, that's another way of saying you're asleep. Okay. And hey, that's a comfort because just to know that we're not going to be dead forever, but to die in these bodies, honestly, that's relief from this shit. Okay, like honestly speaking, like us being in the faith, honestly, bro, like we really don't care about giving up the ghost. Once you in this faith, you really don't give a shit about giving up the spirit. But on the flip side, you care about giving up the spirit because you want to finish your course. You know, and then like I said, you attach to people you care about, the brotherhood, your families and stuff. And not all family, just particular, you know, you may have wife and kids, or, you know, a close relative or something, but mainly you want to stay alive to do this work. Because the scriptures say, blessed be him that liveth to see the downfall of his enemies, man. You know, like what we look like, we want to be in paradise, but yet, you know, our brothers are down here suffering in the battle. No, I want to fight this battle to the end. I want to see this fucking place fall, man. You know, but hey, if it's the Lord's will, you know, certain brothers are going to die in this thing. Certain brothers are going to be martyrs. And that's fine because you're dying for a purpose. You know, I'd rather fall a victim as a martyr before I fall victim to some illness, man. And you had men of the Lord that got sick and died too. You know, even in this day and age, you had men of the Lord that passed over to the spirit world because they were extremely sick and diseased in the body, which disease goes into the body not being at ease. In this kingdom, the society, it'll do it to you, man. Why? Because, hey, this is a death culture. This is not life. We're living in death. Okay, if you understand what I mean, that's why the Lord said that he conquered death. This kingdom is full of death, man. But it says to die. Okay. And it says here, for we say this unto the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord should not prevent them which are asleep, meaning the ones that died. Okay. What it doesn't mean prevent, meaning that, okay, they're going to get their crown of righteousness. These men are going to be rose up from the dead to receive immortality, man. So it's going to be some strange things on this planet Earth, brothers, man. I can't stress that enough. We're coming into some very, very strange times. They're coming out with all these TV shows, man. And me, you know, I'm a brother. I'm into like the paranormal stuff. You know, I look into stuff like that, dealing with, you know, the spirits and stuff, because I mean, that just all my spirit's always been curious about how, you know, the spiritual world operates and stuff like that, man, because it's very fascinating. Okay. But a lot of things like, you know, the show The Last of Us, you know, Stranger Things with Vecna, you know, just shows like that. They put a lot of symbology out there to show you that it's a world operating within our world. And I really believe that, man. And it's in the scriptures. Okay, you got something which is called the upside down, which technically speaking, we're in the upside down now because this kingdom is totally not upright. Okay, this kingdom is full of wickedness, full of evil, full of death. Okay, and Esau Edom being fucking Vecna, you know, in 11, you know, which L represents God or power. Okay, representing the spiritual power of the men of the Lord. We're getting ready to get that power too, to raise the dead up. I remember it was an older woman that came up to the camp last year. I want to say last summer we were out there prophesying and shit, man. She was out there like she was in a wheelchair, elderly woman. She was out there probably like an hour listening to us go in, and we was breaking it down, man. And you know what? Through the spirit, she was like, hey, I agree with everything y'all saying. And through the spirit, I was like, hey, maybe one day you come up here, you be able to walk again, you know, if you really believe in what's being said. You know, she said, hey, and she said amen to that. So, hey, brothers, man, we're marking righteously through the spirit too. People going to come up and seek healing. But we ourselves, we need healing. Brothers need healing from their ailments, you know, from their mental infirmities, man. You know, brothers are dealing with diseases of the heart, all types of shit, man. You know, brothers need to be healed from. All right, you know, brothers, sickle cell, fucking gout, you know, broken limbs, man. You know, mental just anxiety. We all need to be healed from something. All right. But and it says, then which are alive and remain should be caught up together with them in the clouds. The clouds are the chariots. So they're going to be resurrected into the chariots. It says, and meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So yeah, man, somebody die, you know, brother or something. Yeah, it'll hurt you dramatically because you're like, damn, that brother was on point. but you actually celebrating the man's life because he's put in a good work. Okay, like Chief Priest Ariel, High Priest Ariel, you know, he done a great work, man. You know, you got guys out there that's been in the truth probably 2-3 years, speaking against a man that they can't even the power that the Lord has put in these men. You know, that's why you got to be careful on who you're speaking of. Speaking evil dignitaries, man, that comes with a hefty price. You know, because men are oftentimes envious of the portion they receive. They feel like, well, I didn't receive a big enough portion. Why wasn't I given the God of Chief Priest Ariah? You know, be satisfied with your portion, man. Because honestly, I wouldn't want the burden of that man. I really wouldn't want that. Straight up, I'm just being real with you. But, you know, to much is given, much is required. All right. Matthew 9, and I'm going to start at verses. Let's start at verses 20. It says, and behold, a woman which was diseased with the issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, if I may touch his garment, I should be whole. But Yahushua turned him about, and when he saw her, and said, Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour. And Yahushua came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrels and the people making a noise. And he said to them, Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. Okay, so you see what they said? She may have been dead, but technically death is just temporal. Okay, it's not a forever type thing, you know, not like they show you in the movies, you die, you go to what you do die, you go to what they call the afterlife, which is the spiritual world. But then they make it seem like that's it. No, man. The Most High made the earth for us to enjoy. So after you serve your time in the spiritual world, Lord brings you back down here. Okay, but see, a lot of you jakes, you're going to be resurrected into the kingdom through reincarnation, but you're going to be immortal. You know why? Because, hey, the Israelites are going to be immortal. All right, so there's not going to be a need for the Israelites to be constantly reincarnated in the earth every 3 or 4 generations outside of the offspring we're making, because the offspring we're making are going to be immortal, their offspring, etc. You know, it's going to be crazy how shit is going to work, but it's too much for us to really put into perspective in this third dimensional sense. Because trying to make sense of it all, you're just going to bug yourself out. But with the little we do know that the Israelite will be immortal for men, woman, and child. So, brothers, man, death, this is the last time. This is the last hoorah for death for our nation. Okay, but it's getting ready to be a lot of death, but it's the last hoorah for that. So rejoice in that, man. You know, you ain't got to come back and keep suffering in his fucking flesh. Once we shed these bodies, man, that's it. And honestly speaking, man, is we ready to get out of these bodies, man, you know, but we ready to get out of these bodies in form of serving the Most High and being translated like Elijah was. You know, you're not trying to die and go to the fucking grave. And, you know, I mean, going to the spirit world is cool, man. But, you know, it just like shit. Like, fuck, I want to finish it. You know, I want to see how this bitch is going to play out. But, you know, it is what it is through the spirit. You know, the Lord controls all things. But it says, give not place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn, man, okay? He laughed him to scorn, meaning they laughed him to the point it pissed them off. Like, all right, these scoffing ass jakes. But it says, but when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and amaze arose. And the fame thereof he went and brought into all that land. Okay, that's the point. So he raised her. Okay, like we were reading death and hell. Yep, Revelation 1, and I'm going to start at verses 1, and I'm going to start at verses 17. It says, and when I saw him, I fell at his feet, and he laid, it says, and laid his right hand upon me, saying, fear not, I am the first and the last, and I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive evermore. See, he was dead, but he said, I'm alive evermore, because he's into that glorious state now, which we're all going to be, the election first. It says, even more, Amen, and have the keys of death and hell. Okay, and that's the point. He said he had the keys over death and hell. You see, there was no more sorrow. There was no more death. Yahushua conquered that, man. You got to believe that. Okay, if you don't believe that, then you know, I mean, like I said, it is troubling to the flesh because, like I said, there's just the mortal man. But once you overcome that, you're like, all right, fuck it, it is what it is. You know, like certain men can't wait to get up out this body, man. They're like, fuck it, send me to the spirit world. Like if you on life support, no brain activity, fuck it. Pull the plug, man. Ain't no point in keeping you in limbo. Let the spirit cross over. You know, which technically, when you brain dead, technically you done already crossed over. You know, even though the machine keeps you so-called alive, if you brain dead, you already crossed over for the most part, because that's where your spirit dwells. It dwells. You know. But let me look up that word again. Death and hell. Yep. Revelation 20:14, it says, "And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire." That is the second death. But Wisdom of Solomon 16:13, it says, "For thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again." And what is the, you see when people read that, say, "I told you it's hell." No, that's talking about the grave, man. Okay, because what's the point? If you going to hell, who's going to bring you back from that if it was indeed hell? Okay, it's talking about the grave. "For thou hast the power over life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again." Okay, so that's the point. It says, "And man indeed killeth through his malice, and the spirit, when it is gone forth, returneth not, neither the soul cometh up again. But it is not impossible to escape thy hand," man. Okay, because the Most High is in control of everything. All right, matter of fact, death to sinners over all men. So we need not to fear death, brothers. You know. I'm gonna read all these. 2 Corinthians 1, and I'm gonna start at verses 9. It says, "But we had the sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not trust ourselves, but in the Most High, which raises the dead, who delivered us from such a great death." Because if Yahweh Shah didn't conquer 2,000 years ago, there would be no need. We'd just die out. We'd be destroyed. We would totally be destroyed as a nation. It says, "Who delivered us from so a great death, and doth deliver, in whom we trust, that he will yet deliver us," man. Okay, because if Yahweh Shai didn't conquer death, then technically shit, there would be no salvation for us. We'd be fucked. Okay, we'd be totally just destroyed. Sirach, 41:2. Matter of fact, let's start at 1, and this is the point I'm making. "O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to men that liveth at rest in his possessions, man, and to the man that have nothing to vex him, and have prosperity in all things. Yea, unto him that is yet able to receive meat." Okay, it says it's bitter in the remembrance of thee to a man that live at rest, right, man? You know, men that got substance, families and shit. Okay, it could be bitter into that. But it says, "O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy," right? The men that have nothing to lose. Okay, the men that just like, fuck it, I'm beat out, I'm done. Let me die, man. All right. It says, "Unto him whose strength faileth," and that's us. Technically, when you suffering in the body, sometimes you like, "Lord, just get me up out of this shit, man." If it's that unbearable, you ask the Lord to like, "Look, just eject my spirit from my body," because technically your spirit wants to go to your spirit wants to leave this place. Okay, but you know, we have a mission to do. But it says, "Unto the needy, and to him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, and is vexed with all things, and to him that despaired and have lost patience," man. It says, "But fear not the sentence of death." So you can't fear that. Okay, Lord taking you through some shit that may seem like you ain't gonna make it. You just gotta deal with it and pray to the Lord to see you through, or pray to the Lord to give you the strength to deal with it. You know, you can't get touched up by all the minute emotions. "Oh, my wife, I'm leaving her, she's gonna be upset." "Oh, my brother, I'm leaving him." "My mother," you know, we all go through that because we're men, you know, especially when you've never been down that path. Okay, I'm not gonna give you personal testimonies of mine, but brothers that know me personally know that I've, you know, been down that road before, got very close, and you know, the Lord still had mercy and brought me back from, well, I ain't gonna say I died, but I was, you know, went through a situation years ago that could have ended me, you know. And when I thought I was through, I just accepted it. I'm like, fuck it, this is it. This is how it's gonna go out, fucking. And at that time, I had no attachments to anything here, so it didn't bother me as much, you know. I was like, okay, shit, fuck it. This is how I gotta go. This is how I gotta go. But the spirit, like, nah, bro, you got work to do. You ain't getting off the hook that easy. Nah, bro. You know. But now as you come, you meet people, you know, you build fruit, you come into relationships. Now, you know, you think twice, like, oh shit, I ain't ready to go yet. You know, but that's natural dealings in the flesh. But fear not the sinners of death, and remember them that have been before thee that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh, right? Because this mortal body, these mortal minds, that's death. That's what happened when sin entered the world. Okay, every man, every last one of us on this planet Earth has been here and we've died. Every last one of us. Everybody you see and walking the planet Earth has been here before. They've passed over and they came back. All right. So it says that coming after for the sinners of the Lord is over all flesh. But it says, and why thou art against the pleasure of the Most High. It says there is no inquisition in the grave, whether thou hast lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years. So it's like, it don't fucking matter, man. You're going to die or you're going to die. All right. Last precept here. This is the book of Isaiah 57. And this is a very comforting scripture for you brothers out there that may be dealing with this emotion, whatever. It says, the righteous perisheth, and no man lay it to heart, and merciful men are taken away. None considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. So, you know, if you give up the spirit in this time, then the Lord can be sparing you. That's actually mercy, you know, because you ain't got to take the sea hip. You ain't got to get thrown in a FEMA camp. You ain't got to get the missiles. But in fact, if you of the Lord's, it says, who works do follow them. Shit, hey, you're going to be resurrected into life, and you're going to receive the prize. You're going to receive the crown. So if you die in this thing and you died in the faith righteously, and or you're a martyr, you know, you get your head chopped off, then, you know, then that's acceptable. You know, you get your head chopped off for serving the Lord, then shit, man, you know, you good. You got a first class ticket to the kingdom of heaven, buddy. Okay, that's a very noble way to go out. And it says, and he should enter to peace, and they should rest in their beds, each one walking upright in his righteousness, man. Which means when you go to the spirit world, you're in the right spirit now. You know, you have your angelic body. Okay, you don't have sin. Sin don't dwell, because sin can't dwell in the heavens where the Most High dwells. He can't behold sin. So, you know, you die, you go to the spirit world, and you all good. Especially if you abandon the Lord. You're just waiting on the Lord to bring you back. And you like, all right, cool, I'm chilling. You know, you chilling, you in paradise. Paul said he saw the spirit world. He didn't want to fucking come back. You're like, oh, shit. Like, he didn't want to come back. He said it was unlawful to utter what he saw up there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to come back to this place. But, you know, he understood he had a job to do. And that's the spirit we in. You know, let's say if the Lord take you on a 5-minute journey to see the heavens, the spiritual world, while you are on your deathbed, so to speak. You may be in flatline mode, whatever they call it. Cardiac arrest. I mean, your heart stopped. Basically, man, Lord crossed you over and showed you what you need to see. Like, look, this is what it is. And then he put your spirit back in your body. There's been men that happened to. Okay, I know one testimony, a real good brother of mine. We don't talk as often, but, you know, through the spirit, you know, still a good brother. He does the work. And, you know, he knows I'm a phone call away. But he was telling me about one of his friends, man. You know him for a long time now. He's actually dead in the spirit world. But he said that the guy was dead for 1 hour. You know, like when they announce you dead on that table, oh, he's dead, it's get the death certificate out. They said that this man literally woke up 1 hour later out of the fucking room and came into the hallway or wherever they was at, the waiting room, and said he was dead 1 hour, man. He was dead 1 hour. You know, and I can't recall if the brother told me if he saw the spirit world, if he saw the heavens. I think he did, but basically Paul saw the same thing. You know, and he was like, damn, I don't want to come back to this motherfucker, man. You know, because I'm not going to lie, even when I went through my situation years ago, I ain't going to lie, when I thought I was finna give up the spirit, honestly, brother, that was like the best rest I done ever had. I felt my spirit literally like my body was shutting down. And I just told myself, I said, fuck it. If I got to die, I'm like, this is it. I'm like, I didn't want to go out this way, but it is what it is. You know, I went out being a believer. And, you know, but that was some of the best rest I done felt. And if they didn't come get me within minutes later, I probably would have crossed over, man. You know what I'm saying? But they, you know, I was pretty much going out of consciousness and bam, you know. But you just like, you don't feel anything. You fairly slow, and you just like, your body is like a comfort. You really feel the angels comforting you, you know, because death can be scary when you don't understand it. Especially if it's fucking painful, like to die from a heart attack or a car. That's a horrible way to go out, man. That's a scary way to go out. You know, but the Lord, man, he's merciful. But he said that he didn't want to come back to this place, you know, but shit, it's how it be. Okay, so this is the book of John 5, and I'm going to start at verses 24. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that heareth my word and believeth on him that sent me hath everlasting life, and should not come into condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. Okay, meaning that, hey, this culture, this lifestyle we're in, this flesh, the way you're seeing shit like in the flesh, This is not gonna happen in the kingdom. This flesh and blood shit, like this skin we're in, this body, all this shit is gonna be trained, is gonna be changed, man. Now don't ask me, well, how I'm gonna look in the kingdom? Am I gonna be a replica of myself? But I don't know. Okay, scripture say you're gonna get a new body. I mean, it's the spirit really that matters. But am I gonna look like me, more perfected in beauty? I don't know. Possibly, who knows? Shit, I don't know. I don't know how it worked. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, Yahweh Shai, when he got his angelic body, he still resembled of himself, but he was more in an angelic form. So I'm assuming, just speculating through the spirit. I can't prove this with scripture, and if it is in the scriptures, I don't know where it's at. But I can just speculatively say, like, okay, let's just say if you die or you get your new body, by this being your last incarnation of how you look, who knows? You may be a perfect beautification of how the hell you look now. I don't know, which that's not even important, because that's vanity kicking in. Like, you got some fair women out there, they get their line. Well, am I gonna still be pretty? Well, look, in the kingdom, every Israelite man, woman, and child are gonna have fair features. We're all gonna be a beautiful looking people. We're gonna have a glow. We're all gonna be how can I say it? A sexy looking people. Okay, to say it that way, we're all gonna be very attractive. All right, it ain't gonna be no, we gonna be all drop dead fucking gorgeous, okay? Because now on this side, brothers get too in the flesh, man. I'm handsome, I'm this, I got the muscles and shit. No, fuck all that, man. We all gonna be a good looking people in the kingdom. That's all you need to know. But it says here, but verily, verily, I say unto you, the hour is coming and is now when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of the Most High, and they that hear shall live. Okay, now that's twofold. It says two resurrections, twofold, because the scriptures say that the sheep hear my voice and live. Now we are living. We're living through the spirit, through the living waters. We are living now, okay, because we have this understanding. But there's going to come a time of a physical resurrection of the dead. Because when Yahweh Shai died 2,000 years ago, you had men that actually lived full lives again, that rose from the dead and fucking lived in full lives, man. Now you could say, well, how they gonna come back to life? They were skin and bones and dirt. Well, don't you understand that we're made from the dirt, and the Lord could take the same elements that's in the planet Earth. Those minerals are in your body. So the Lord ain't nothing for the Lord to fool and bring the elements and compile you back to what you were. That's nothing. That's light for the Most High. Okay, but like I said, man, strange shit is coming. The dead, man, you're gonna have fucking dead people popping back up. And if I'm off on that, Salakia, but I'm just speaking as a man, but the scriptures do say two resurrections. It says, for as the Father have life in himself, so he have given to the Son of Man life in himself. And it says here, and given him the authority to execute judgment, because he is the Son of Men. But marvel not at this. Okay, it says, for the hour is coming in the which all that are in the grave shall hear his voice. Everybody, okay? And it says, and shall come forth, and they that have done good into the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil into the resurrection of damnation, man. Okay, so some of you are going to come back just to get fucked up. And you don't want to be in that predicament, man. You a wicked ass Jake. You think you got a ticket to the kingdom, man. Lord will raise you up to get hit with a missile, man. Okay, it says marvel not. And let's look up what the word marvel means. All right, marvel. Goes into to wonder at, marvel, be wondered, to have an admiration. So marvel not at that. Like, don't be surprised. So I'm saying, like, look, don't be surprised when dead motherfuckers start showing back up, knocking at doors and shit. Hey, bro, I thought you died 10 years ago. You faked your death, nigga. I went to your funeral. I saw you in the casket dead, bro. So it's gonna happen, man. Okay, but be prepared, brothers. We in the times, the spiritual world is very, very active, man. Okay, so with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and the Baba Ball.